Valerie Bertinelli's name once echoed through American living rooms as the embodiment of the girl next door, a wholesome icon gracing screens with her easy smile and relatable charm. Dubbed America's sweetheart in the 1970s and 80s, her role on the hit sitcom One Day at a Time made her a beloved household figure. Yet behind the scenes, Bertinelli's Hollywood story was far from the fairy tale her image suggested. Beneath the glitz and applause lay a world of personal struggles, complicated relationships, and a battle for identity that she would only later have the courage to share. This is the untold story of Valerie Bertinelli, a journey marked by resilience, reinvention, and raw honesty, early stardom, and the pressure to be perfect Valerie. Anne Bertinelli was born in Wilmington, Delaware in 1960, but she grew up with Hollywood dreams pulsing through her veins. At just 14 years old, she was cast as Barbara Cooper Royer on One Day at a Time, a sitcom that would run for nearly a decade and make her a star. Her portrayal of the sweet, somewhat naive teenager struggling with everyday family life resonated with millions. It was a role that many young girls adored and adults admired, earning Bertinelli 2 Golden Globe nominations and a place in television history. But the innocent character she played was a stark contrast to the pressures she faced in real life. Behind the camera, the young actress was grappling with the relentless spotlight. Hollywood's expectations for young female stars were demanding. The industry wanted her to stay perfect, polished, and picture perfect, a pressure that would plant the seeds of self-doubt and insecurity. In interviews years later, Bertinelli revealed how the good girl image she cultivated on screen often felt like a cage, restricting her from expressing her true self. Marriage to Eddie Van Halen, the highs and lows of rock and roll. Lovin', 1981, Valerie married Eddie Van Halen, the legendary guitarist of the band Van Halen. To many, the union was a perfect blend of Hollywood glam and rock and roll edge. The couple quickly became tabloid staples, a rock star and a beloved TV actress. But beneath the glittering veneer was a complicated relationship fraught with struggles that the cameras never showed. Eddie's battles with addiction and the intensity of his rock star lifestyle took a toll on their marriage. Meanwhile, Valerie wrestled with feelings of isolation and loneliness, often feeling overshadowed by the larger-than-life personality of her husband. In her candid 2008 memoir, Losing It and Gaining My Life, Back 1 Pound at a Time, Bertinelli opened up about the emotional strain of being married to a rock star. She described moments of heartbreak, infidelity, and the challenge of maintaining her own identity amid Eddie's world. Their relationship would last nearly 2 decades before ending in divorce in 2007, but the impact of that era would shape much of Valerie's journey to come. Battling personal demons, weight, addiction, and public scrutiny. For many years, Valerie's personal struggles remained private. But the years of hiding behind a smile began to weigh heavily on her. Like many women in Hollywood, she faced intense pressure over her appearance, particularly her weight. Bertinelli's fluctuating weight became fodder for gossip columns and harsh media commentary, a source of stress that led her to unhealthy coping mechanisms. She openly admitted that food sometimes became her refuge from emotional pain and the relentless demands of her career. Her honesty about her struggles with addiction and emotional health was groundbreaking. In a world that often stigmatizes these issues, Bertinelli's openness helped shatter taboos and inspired many to seek help. Reinventing herself, from sitcom star to culinary queen, after the end of One Day at a Time and her high-profile divorce, many wondered if Valerie's star had faded. But she proved resilient. Her breakthrough came with the critically acclaimed sitcom Hot in Cleveland, 2010-2015, where she played Melanie Moretti, a sharp-witted, down-to-earth woman navigating life's challenges with humor and heart. The show introduced Bertinelli to a new generation and earned her a Screen Actors Guild Award nomination. Simultaneously, Valerie explored a new passion, cooking. She became a household name again, this time on the Food Network, with shows like Valerie's Home Cooking and Kids Baking Championship. Her natural warmth and approachable style made her an instant favorite among food lovers. Winning 2 Daytime Emmy Awards for her culinary shows, she carved out a new niche for herself, one that allowed her to share her love of family, food, and real-life stories. Through cooking, she connected deeply with fans on a personal level, far from the scripted demands of Hollywood, speaking out on mental health and body positivity. In recent years, Bertinelli has become a powerful advocate for mental health and body positivity. She has been unafraid to share her experiences with menopause, mental health challenges, and the societal pressures women face regarding beauty and age. In 2024, she boldly posted a selfie in bra and underwear, directly confronting body-shaming critics. Her message was clear: self-love is paramount, and women should be celebrated for their strength and character, not just their appearance. Her public discussions about menopause, particularly her candid interview on The Drew Barrymore Show, broke new ground by normalizing topics that are often kept private. Bertinelli's vulnerability has helped open conversations among women across generations, encouraging solidarity and support, facing new challenges and embracing change. Even as her career flourished, Valerie's personal life was not without challenges. Her recent split from longtime partner Mike Goodnow in late 2024 was painful, but it showed her continued commitment to authenticity. Rather than retreating, Bertinelli embraced new opportunities, becoming a lifestyle expert on The Drew Barrymore Show and hosting the game Show Bingo Blitz. In 2025, she released a new cookbook titled Indulge, blending recipes with personal reflections on joy, healing, and resilience. Throughout it all, Valerie has emphasized gratitude and the power of perseverance. She often tells fans that life is about embracing imperfections and finding joy in the small moments, a lesson she has lived by herself. The legacy of America's sweetheart, Valerie. Bertinelli's Hollywood story is far from a simple tale of fame and fortune. It is a deeply human story, one of triumph over adversity, the courage to grow, and the refusal to be defined by others' expectations. From a beloved TV teenager to a resilient woman redefining herself in her 60s, Bertinelli has inspired millions. She reminds us that behind the smiles and spotlights, everyone faces battles. What matters most is how we face them. Today, Valerie stands not just as America's sweetheart, but as a symbol of strength, honesty, and transformation. Her story is a beacon to anyone struggling to find their true self amid life's chaos. Valerie Bertinelli's name once echoed through American living rooms as the embodiment of the girl next door, a wholesome icon gracing screens with her easy smile and relatable charm. Dubbed America's sweetheart in the 1970s and 80s, her role on the hit sitcom One Day at a Time made her a beloved household figure. Yet behind the scenes, Bertinelli's Hollywood story was far from the fairy tale her image suggested. Beneath the glitz and applause lay a world of personal struggles, complicated relationships, and a battle for identity that she would only later have the courage to share. This is the untold story of Valerie Bertinelli, a journey marked by resilience, reinvention, and raw honesty, early stardom, and the pressure to be perfect Valerie. Anne Bertinelli was born in Wilmington, Delaware in 1960, but she grew up with Hollywood dreams pulsing through her veins. At just 14 years old, she was cast as Barbara Cooper Royer on One Day at a